Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. My name is Subhalakshmi Raut from Ambika Prasad Research Foundation, India, and we are continuing our series of UGC NET examination for environmental science subject. This is 10th part of Unit 3 Environmental Biology, and we are going to continue on the population attributes or characteristics of the ecosystem. And today we are going to cover survivorship curves and age ratio. um, for a population, actually the most important thing is to know about how many individuals survive, not how many individuals die. So for the ecologists, there is more interest in the survival rates of a population, of the individuals in a population, than the death rates. So when the data from the life table, and particularly the LX column, which gives the proportion of surviving individuals, um, are plotted with the time interval on the horizontal axis and the number of survivors, usually in logarithmic form, on the vertical axis. The resulting curve that we get is the survivorship curve. And there are actually three major types of survivorship curves, that are highly convex curve, highly concave curve, and diagonal curve, and we are going to study about them one by one. Actually, first one is a highly convex curve, and it is a type of curve in which the population mortality rate is low until the near end of the lifespan. And this type of curve is seen in many large animals, including man. And here you can see that, or in the uh, next two slides, so we will see the graph where it is shown properly. And the second one is highly concave curve, where the mortality rate is high during the young stages of life rather than the older stages. And the mortality is extremely high during the larval stages, as this type of curve is seen in frogs, fishes, oysters, etc. So during the larval stages, there is extreme mortality, high rate of mortality, and when they settle down, based on their favorable conditions, their life expectancy improves. Um, and the third one is diagonal curve. When the age specific survival is nearly constant, that means the rate of mortality is equal to rate of natality, and with increase in time there will be constant death. Uh, then the curve actually approaches to the diagonal straight line. But this type of curve is not seen in nature, uh, because the constant death with throughout the life is impossible. So there are two types of curve under this diagonal curve. First one is stair step curve, and second one is sigmoid curve. In stair step curve, the it is seen in insects with complete metamorphosis, like butterflies. Here actually, we can expect that the survival differs greatly in successive life history stages, um, due to metamorphosis. Uh, actually, um, the steep segments or the staircases represent the egg, pupation, and the short-lived adult stages, and the flatter segments represent the larval and pupal stages that suffer less mortality. When we see the curve, you can understand that. And in the sigmoid curve, it is the characteristic of many birds, mice, and rabbits. Here, actually, the mortality rate is high in the young stage, but lower and more nearly constant in the adult stage. So this is the graph that was I was saying about. The first one, that is A curve, is highly convex curve that is found in man. Here uh, the mortality rate is low. That means the number of survivors during birth is high and constant to a particular life stage. Then, when the age increases towards the old age, we will see the number of survivors decreasing. So this is seen in case of large animals, mammals. And B is sigmoid curve that I was saying. It is a type of diagonal curve. It's seen in many birds, mice, and rabbits. Here you can see that the mortality rate is high in the youngs, uh, but uh, the mortality rate is lower or nearly constant in the adult stages. Here you can see the little formation of S-shaped curve, and the C1 is diagonal curve, that's constant mortality rate throughout the life, which is impossible. And D1 is staircase curve or stair step curve. Here it is seen in insects. So the steeps which you can see are representation of egg, pupation, and adult stages, and the flatter segments are representation of larval and pupal stages. Because of less mortality, we can see these flatter regions. And E1 is highly concave curve. This is seen in frogs or marine animals with various larval stages. And you can see that the number of survivors in case of um, frogs is higher, and keeps on decreasing uh, mm, throughout their life cycle. And in the adult stage, when they get the favorable conditions, they settle down, and then the mortality decreases. So this curve shows the survivorship curves, all types of survivorship curves. And the next one is age ratio. The relative abundance of organisms of various ages in a population is called the age ratio or the age distribution of a population. And the age distribution is a very important ecological parameter as it affects both natality and mortality rates. And it also reflects on the history of survival, reproduction, and potential for future growth. And uh, by studying the history of population and population demographics through these age ratio, we can know the future of or know or predict our future. The ratio of various age groups in population also determines the current reproductive status. And usually a rapidly expanding population will contain a large proportion of young individuals, a stationary population, a more even distribution of age classes, and in a declining population, there are a large proportion of old individuals. So this diagrammatic representation shows how age composition depends on the natality and mortality rate, and how environmental factors affect the natality and mortality rate which gives us the rate of increase or decrease in the population. Before studying about age pyramids, there is a little topic on raw and functional age. Raw age means the age of an organism in terms of days, months, or years, and this is the simplest measure for age, and it is best used when only one organism of a species is concerned, and this actually gives us the percentage uh, age of total lifespan and percentage of deviation from mean lifespan. And ecological or functional age, a population is said to have individuals belonging to three age ecological ages like pre-reproductive, reproductive, and post-reproductive. Pre-reproductive individual group consists of individuals from age group 1 to 14, where they are reproductively inactive. And in the reproductive group, the individuals which are included are from age 15 to 50 or 45, who are reproductively active. And in the post-reproductive group, we have individuals with age above 45 or 50 who are also reproductively um, not active. And a population having more or less constant proportion of individuals of different ages is said to be a stable age distribution. And the age pyramids, this actually gives us a vertical bar graph in which the number of individuals of various age groups are present at any given period of time, with youngest at the bottom of the group and um, oldest at the top. There are actually three types of age pyramids based on the raw age and functional age, pyramids with broad base or triangular pyramid, bell-shaped pyramid, and urn-shaped pyramid. We will study one by one. First one is pyramid with broad base. It is found in populations with high birth rates and exponential growth, um, so that each generation becomes more and more in number, and then a pyramid with broad base results. Here, the pre-reproductives are more in population, so this population is generally called youthful population, where the amount of youth is more than the adults. Next one is bell-shaped pyramid. In this type of pyramid, we can see uh, nearly stable age distribution. This pyramid indicates a moderate population of young to old, and in a rapidly growing young population, the birth rate is slow and stable, and the pre-reproductive and reproductive ages become more or less equal in size, and the post-reproductive age becomes smallest, resulting in a bell-shaped pyramid. Here, this bell-shaped pyramid shows stable population, and it's an aging population where the pre-reproductive and post-reproductive are nearly equal in number, with uh, post-reproductives with a small population. And the third one is on-shaped pyramid. Here, the pyramid indicates a low percentage of young individuals. When the birth rate drastically decreases, the pre-reproductive group actually dwindles in the population to compared to the other two groups, resulting in an urn-shaped pyramid. This population is aged population or declining population. And this is from me today. Thank you.